Hello boys and girls, isn't it? So alternator's off, and I thought just while the cap's off, because it's had a bit of a on this Kawasaki, this is the regulator rectifier. It's actually two separate parts, in case you're looking. Some bikes even had like a little, almost like a little, looks like a little solenoid block, but most of them were like this. Now from Kawasaki, they are extremely expensive. You're talking, I think just for this bit, or it may be that bit, it's one of the two, over 300 quid. Yep, 300 quid. You can get them on places like eBay, stuff like that, for a lot less. I don't know whether people like Electrex World do them or anything like that. Might be worth a look. But anyway, the cap's had a bit of a and the nuts too, badly. And we'll that's where she's going, in there. Now the top, do it right Jim Bob, there you go. The top right mount and the bottom mount have to be kept clear of paint if you know, painting the cases or anything, because according to the Kawasaki service manual, those are the body earth basically for the alternator, so they must be kept clear of paint, and the joint must be metal to metal and clean, which they are, so we're all good. So I don't know how I'm going to mount you, because I'm having to film this on the phone, because Carl's got the GoPro and the tripod and all that lot, because he's doing a bit of filmage. So what I'm probably going to do, I can't really put you anywhere where you're going to be not in the way. So we'll put the cap back on the alternator, and then we'll fit it. It just, you've got to wiggle it past this, and then, you know, up in an, I enjoyed that, I'm going to do that again. Up in an angle, these wires out of the way. I'm not even sure whether that's the correct routing for these, because it doesn't look it to me. You would have thought they would have probably, I don't know. But the service manual gives all the correct routing for wires and stuff like that. They're not in the way when the alternator's there. But yeah, we'll go from there. I've cleaned the oil away from this bit. And what have you, because that's where it was gathering. It was gathering on this, oh, I'm going to use one of my favourite words, gusset there, and then of course obviously when it's on the side stand it tracks along here, and it was coming down here. You can still see there's a bit of wet on one of the wires here, but hopefully it won't leak now, because it was waiting for me when I got home last night. So we'll put the cap back on the alternator and we'll fit the O-ring. No idea how much of this you're going to see, because like I say, Carl's got oh yes, can you see that? I don't know. Expert filming as usual. There's a cutout on this for where the grommet goes. Oh, grommet cheese! Just pops on the top, 3 nuts. Right. Now, you're probably not going to see the next bit because this is a both hands job. Put some gloves on for a change. I'll say it's a both hands job. I'm going to fit the O-ring first, obviously, because I was about to put the alternator on without an O-ring. Lovely. Oh, the pleasures of working with a phone. Now, one thing I've got to watch is when I put this back on, these vanes, obviously they engage with this, which is a little cush drive in there, and there's cutouts. So when you're offering it up, just eyeball it first, and then just turn the vanes to match it. So then we'll get that. Right, you're right by my foot, so try not to breathe in. These two at the top of the top mounts, they're okay, they're clean. And that's the bottom mount. So, O-ring time. Yay! Yay! Oh, this was 14 quid. And a lot of you will be going, fucking hell, 14 quid. And I did when I saw the price. But, you know what it's like. And I'm probably going to eat my words now, but it's guaranteed to fit. There we go. Lovely. Not a super tight fit. Actually, if you put the dimensions of it in, it's something like 70.6 by 2.5, whatever it is. If you put those dimensions into something like eBay, quite often it brings up cylinder liner O-rings, very similar size. So right, now we need to eyeball it into there and just make sure we've got the vanes about right, because if you once you start going in, you're sort of blind. But it does say in the manual, if the bolts are proving difficult to put in or they're not going in easily, then you must back out again and try again, because chances are these chaps aren't lined up, and what you actually do is you're cutting in to the cush drive there. So it's a good idea, just give it a little wiggle before you start putting bolts in. You'll feel that it's seated, and then the bolts, as you can see, this is why I'm going to really struggle to film it. You've got to get your hand around the body of the alternator and get up. I might just have to just put them on the end of an extension and do it like that, because that's how I've got them out. So we'll see. So I'm going to bring you back when I've mounted it. So it's on and charging, and it was a proper bear. I actually had to take the cap off and move the shaft with my finger so it aligned, but it's spinning and it's charging. So job done, but don't expect to do this quickly, because the alternator shaft spins really freely, and obviously it's going into something that doesn't spin, so if it meets any interference at all, it goes out of line, and the grooves it fits in are bang on. There's pretty much no leeway at all. So I ended up, like I say, taking the cap off, offering up the alternator and then sort of just dialing it in with my thumb on the end of the shaft. But it's in now and it's wired in, and I've managed to damage my fresh paintwork, so it looks the part. So that's it guys, hopefully oil leak cured. We'll see. Bye bye.